Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please join me on Locals, join my mailing list, find me on Instagram, visit my website to order my books. That's one of the ways you can support me and my channel, and also you have all other links down below this video. I want to thank you so much for your support again and for all the super chats and super thanks. It really means a lot to me. And I was thinking what I would like to bring to you today, and what I have done, I have gathered some informations in realistically looking at the situation in Poland. Is Poland even ready to enter that conflict when that conflict in Ukraine escalates? And as all of you know, I am just a regular citizen of this country. I am not a military expert. I am not someone who has the knowledge or even understanding of military operations. However, I think this information that I will provide you today might give you some sense of how ready, or is Poland even ready in case if this conflict escalates. Let's start with this, and I will be reading to you. I've written down a lot of notes, so I will be mainly looking at those notes and reading them to you. So far, Poland has provided Ukraine with the most military equipment support of any European Union countries. You know, UK is no longer in European Union. UK has provided a lot of military support, but from European Union countries, Poland is number one. It has beared the greatest cost. Is not just humanitarian costs, but also the military aid. And I found an article from, I will attach the link down below, from forsal.pl. That is the report that was done in July, so a while ago, I know, July this year, and it's Ukraine Support Trader. It says that the leader of arms supplies to Ukraine is Poland, which has delivered 100% of the promised weapons. That report analyzes to what extent the announcements of Western countries have actually been implemented. It shows that Poland is the leader when it comes to announcement of deliveries, as well as their subsequent implementation, as it has provided 100% of the promised equipment worth 1.8 billion euros. So about the same, if not a little bit more in US dollars, as we know that euro is a little bit below US dollars, 1.8 billion. Now, is Poland really ready in case if anything happens there, right? It's like they're gonna drag us into this. So let's start with what happened on the October 13th during the speech at the University of Gdańsk, where the Vice Minister of National Defense, his name is Maciej Ociepa, has directly said that this war is not only a war between Russia and Ukraine. He actually said it. And he's the Vice Minister of National Defense. He said, this is not only a war between Russia and Ukraine. We know what it means. It means proxy war. But that was an official quote statement from the Vice Minister of National Defense. And my opinion is this, that Poland is going to be the next strategic bumper after Ukraine bleeds out. There is a lot of Ukrainians of recruiting age in Poland. And if Ukraine bleeds out, then US government could supplement those losses with new cannon fodder from Poland. Let's say in early spring. That's how it looks like to me. And on April 23rd this year, the law on defense of homeland entered into force. That law abolished the law on civil defense. Now Poland has no civil defense law. We are talking about the citizens of this country. We have the new law from 23rd of April about the defense of homeland, but we don't have any law of the civil defense. So today Poland has no civil defense laws, but it does have provisions on compulsory basic military service and provisions on the military service of women. And I will attach the entire act in the link below this video. There are 3 articles, 3, 4, 5, that you might look into, and there is one more, 130 in that law, which talks about the obligation of female military service and about compulsory basic military service. It looks like someone is really in the hurry to implement those laws in this time frame, just to guarantee if they need more people to be used. So there is no civil protection or crisis management during a potential war in Poland. Legally, is none. Despite this, it can be seen that the current authorities are preparing for a military confrontation without asking for the consent of the citizens of Poland. So we are dealing with an attempt to force Poland into the war at the cost of the enormous casualties and suffering of the civilian population. And, you know, looking at how this might unfold, if hopefully not, there are many scenarios, right? It can be on the border with Ukraine, with Belarus, it can be on the border with Kaliningrad, but there is definitely a strong pressure, that's how I see it, from Washington, to create a bloc of states, and this bloc of states is called Baltic 8, that will guarantee direct military support to Ukraine. Those countries in that Baltic 8 include Denmark, Estonia, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Iceland, Latvia and Lithuania, and of course Poland. So to those of you who are more into geopolitics and have more understanding about the current events and also military actions, look into, or even if you live there, look into the politics of those countries, how the governments are running those countries right now, and you will see the trajectory where this is going. 1 second. So those are things I come across, but there is one more thing. Right here, you might wonder, how is this, how this has started? And many of you who are from Poland and watching me probably know some of those things I didn't know. To be honest with you, I didn't really pay that much attention to politics before, as I am doing right now. And it looks like that in the 90s, early 90s, MSW, which is the Ministry of Internal Affairs in Poland, was subordinated to the 3-letter agency that starts with C, like, let's say, Canada or Charles. And there were also the secret prisons made by that agency in Poland, in northern east part of Poland. Many of you know this. I'm learning all of this. So from that time, early 90s, and we are talking right after the roundtable negotiations, Polish counterintelligence was subordinated to the American secret services. That might explain a lot of this, but I would like to continue with the safety of Polish citizens, just in case. So again, from the end of April this year, when that act I've mentioned went into force, Poland has no formal nor legal civil defense system. In a normal state, it would be a crime against the state. Bearing in mind that the fact that there is a war currently going on behind Polish eastern border, and also that Poland supplied equipment for this war, for example, 300 tanks self-propelled howitzers named crab, like crab, and thousands of weapons. So Polish government, in my opinion, is pursuing very dangerous policy, knowing that Poland has only 62,000 protective structures, which are able to provide protection for only 1.3 million citizens, which is 3% of the population. I talked about this before when they were checking the shelters, you remember? And they said that you can actually make your own shelter now to certain size in your garden. So it looks like there is an attempt to bring Poland into this war, and that in itself is a crime against Polish nation. And what I would like to end this video today with is a quote, or it's a description rather, from The Art of War by Sun Tzu, who has characterized true leadership, what it is and what it represents. And it's a mix of 5 traits: intelligence, credibility, humanness, courage, and discipline. And let's ask ourselves, not only those who live in Poland, but in every other country, what leader represents even one of those qualities at this moment in time? And I will leave you with this. Hopefully this gives you some insight into the situation in Poland, where the citizens of Poland are absolutely not ready to be faced with extended, escalated conflict behind the eastern border. Thank you everyone for watching. If you appreciate the informations, always welcome to leave thumbs up. You know how to support me. You can join me also on Patreon, which I dedicated to a little bit different approach, more spiritual, more esoteric, to keep some balance for myself as well. And I will be back with you very soon with another video. All the links you find down below, including that act that was changed on April 23rd this year, very much in a hurry. Lots of love, everyone, and I talk to you soon.